So welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K24 Next Gen, and in today's video we have the Toronto Raptors. So the Raptors are in a very interesting position right now. Last year they made the play-in and they did not end up winning a play-in game, which means they did not actually make the playoffs. This Toronto Raptors roster in general has a very interesting dynamic because there are some really talented players on it. There's also some really young players with some pretty decent potential. Right now, for me, the thing this roster is truly lacking, which obviously they had back in that 2019 championship run, is a true number one superstar on a championship team. So other than that, I think this roster is relatively talented. I would not be surprised if this was a late playoff team, if not a play-in team once again this year. Our goal today is to obviously get this franchise their second championship. And finally, as always, let me know any other video ideas down below in the comment section. I got a lot of requests to do the Toronto Raptors. That's why we're here doing them today. I think we have like 7 or 8 Eastern Conference teams to go. Actually, maybe even 6 at this point, and about 5 Western Conference teams to go. So slowly but surely making our way through these regular rebuilds. And of course, we will get to kind of the traditional series that I do every single cycle of 2K. But yeah, man, this Raptors team is interesting right now. They're definitely not in the worst spot in the world, but they're definitely not in the best either. So let's see if we can fix that. Bring another championship here. All right, so obviously with a 3-year rebuild, we don't have the longest window in the world to kind of build a championship team, but what is good and kind of on our side right now is there's a really good foundation built here for us. So let's go over this roster, starting at, I will say, maybe the weakest position on this team right now in the point guard spot. Obviously, Fred VanVleet departed this offseason for the Houston Rockets. You really can't blame the man. He got an absolute bag from Houston. I would have been pretty upset if Toronto honestly gave him that. So good for Fred. Never going to shame somebody for getting a lot of money. But yeah, it's a weaker position now on this team with Dennis Schroeder being brought in. So he's what we call a stopgap. He's not going to be here long-term as a really solid, reliable starting point guard option. But he's a solid, kind of serviceable role player. And yeah, it's going to be one of the weaker starting spots on this team for year one. Malachi Flynn is here. He's 25 years old at a 72 overall. Yeah, I don't know. Jeff Doughton is here, 26, not going to be seeing minutes for me. OG Anunoby, his name has been floated around in trade rumors. We've heard reports that the Toronto Raptors, in all likelihood, will be hanging on to him. He's expressed that he wants to have a bigger role somewhere, and teams have offered up, I think what I've seen is up to like almost 2 to 3 first-round picks. And Toronto apparently is just not budging whatsoever. So excited to see what OG Anunoby can provide for this Raptors team this season. Obviously heading into a contract year, I believe. I don't think there's any sort of option. And if it's a player, he's definitely declining it. It is a player option. Yeah, he's definitely declining that. So obviously a contract year for OG Anunoby, and he will definitely be getting paid by somebody, whether it's Toronto or not, at some point. Gary Trent Jr. is here. He's 24. He's a very solid role player for this team. Definitely is going to be a really important bench piece for me in today's video. Grady Dick, obviously heading into his rookie year, was taken 13th overall by Toronto. He's a 72 overall right now. Again, on a traditional kind of terrible roster, he'd probably be seeing a decent amount of minutes. Here where our shooting guard spot is relatively deep, and we actually have some good small forward options as well. I don't know if that'll quite be the case. Could spend a year in the G League. It's going to be interesting to see kind of which direction we go with that. So we will see. It is TBD. Scotty Barnes is here. Obviously a rookie of the year. And yeah, I mean, for Scotty Barnes, that's not what I'm looking for. Again, I don't think he necessarily played terrible last year. He kind of did similar stuff to what you can see here from his rookie campaign. I mean, that field goal percentage and three-point percentage is down. He just really didn't progress as much as maybe the Toronto Raptors were hoping. But I still have a lot of faith in him. I think he can definitely go ahead. And yeah, probably be my small forward the entire video. We'll see. Jalen McDaniels is here. They brought him in on a 2-year deal. He's 25 years old. Really solid piece. Otto Porter is here. Probably not going to see many minutes for me today just because we have the depth of McDaniels. And honestly, even if we didn't, I'd probably play Grady Dick over Otto Porter. Power forward spot. Pascal Siakam. He's the best player on this team. Was a number 2 on a championship team in Toronto. And I think kind of the thing with Pascal Siakam is right now, obviously heading into, I believe, again, a contract year, he's somebody that Toronto's going to have to give a lot of money to if you want to keep him. And again, I'm not saying Pascal Siakam's not really good, but I think we can all probably agree anyways that he's not a number 1 on a championship team. So Toronto really has to sit back, make that decision. Do you want to give him a lot of money going into age 30? I don't know. I know there's been a lot of teams that have interest in him. I think Atlanta had interest at one point, maybe a few other franchises, but he's going to be staying here today, I can tell you that. Chris Boucher is here, a sneaky 30 years old. I say that every time. I never realized that the guy's already 30. Thad Young here as well. And then the center spot is interesting because we have Jakob Poeltl, who they ended up bringing back, I guess, a couple times now to Toronto. For me, he's on a 3-year deal. They ended up paying him this offseason. If his overall is good enough to be a starter on a championship team, we'll obviously find that out, but then he'll stay. We're going to take it year to year. Preseason Chua is here, and then Christian Koloko as well. So I think there's probably at least one trade we do want to make before year one. I'm not going to make any major changes to this roster, but I'd like to solidify this backup point guard option a little bit better. So let's see what we can do. We're making a trade here with the Los Angeles Lakers. We're sending them Thad Young and Malachi Flynn for Gabe Vincent and Scottie Pippen Jr. Obviously, Gabe Vincent's going to come in here, and he's going to be a really solid, really reliable kind of point guard option for me. So there's honestly a strong case that I kind of start him year one. So I know I said I wasn't going to make any major trades, and while yes, maybe acquiring a new starter could be seen as a major trade, I'm not really giving up a lot. So I don't know. I don't really know why the Lakers are doing this, but they want to be nice to me. I'm going to do this 10 times out of 10. So obviously, I guess we have, now 2 former Los Angeles Lakers point guards with Gabe Vincent and Dennis Schroeder. But again, obviously Gabe Vincent never played a minute. So I'm going to have to make a decision which one of these guys I want to start. Other than that, there could be kind of a few kind of smaller back end trades just for guys that aren't going to play. Maybe see if we can get a draft pick or two. We were not able to find a trade for a first-round draft pick, but we found something maybe even a little bit better. We're going to be sending Otto Porter, Scottie Pippen Jr., and a future second-round pick to Portland for Chris Murray and Justin Minaya. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. But Chris Murray was just a first-round pick in last year's draft, obviously entering his rookie season. And if we're not going to be able to get a first-round pick, this is just as good, if not better. So 23 years old, obviously moving on from Otto Porter, who was just really not going to play for this team. And Chris Murray honestly could spend some time in the G League for me, potentially with Grady Dick as well. So kind of going over this roster, obviously 2 point guards. We have our 2 shooting guard options here. We have our 2 small forwards, our 2 power forwards, and our 2 centers. Christian Koloko's on a multi-year deal. That's why I didn't look to kind of trade him. He's also only 23 years old. Definitely no reason to kind of force the issue right there. So he'll stay for now, and we're going to send some guys to the G League, set the rotation, and I'll see you guys with it. Rotation is all set here for year one in Toronto. I actually just went ahead and checked because I thought that we did not have our first round pick this year, and my suspicion, it came true. It's top 5 protected. It's in San Antonio. I'm assuming that probably dates back to the Jakob Poeltl trade. I don't know that for a fact. It's just a guess. But yeah, obviously not having our first round pick this year, if it's outside the top 5, definitely could hurt us, because I think there is a possibility that maybe we don't even end up in the playoffs. I'm thinking we might, but I'm thinking there's a possibility we may not. So I want to. I'm trying to. We will see, though. Definitely something to keep our eye on here. So Gabe Vincent, I'm deciding to start him. I think it's probably the better option. He's obviously on a multi-year deal, same as Dennis Schroeder. I think Vincent actually has an extra year, but he's 2 overalls higher, and obviously right now not having our draft pick, we have no reason to tank or anything. Best players are going to play the most minutes. So he'll be our starting point guard. OG Anunoby will be next to him. Scotty Barnes here at the 3, Siakam at the 4, and Jakob Poeltl at the 5. Bench is actually really good, especially for a year one. Gary Trent Jr., Dennis Schroeder, Chris Boucher, Preseason Chua, and Jalen McDaniel. So I went ahead and sent Grady Dick and Chris Murray down to the G League. Hopefully see some development down there. Maybe at some point throughout this video, they see some playing time. But that's it for year one. Excited to see how this team does. And yeah, man, I'll see you guys at the end of the first season. Year one here in Toronto was not great. We won 36 games on the year. That's just obviously a little bit less than ideal, and not having our draft picks only going to hurt even more. So a very, very important offseason coming up, to say the least. Nikola Jokic averages a triple-double, wins his 3rd career MVP. Victor Wembanyama, Chris Paul, Giannis is their depoy. I go through these fast, as I'm sure many of you know, because they're very similar pretty much every single year. So let's take a look at the standings, see where we kind of laid out in the East. 36 wins is a play-in spot. That's fucking ridiculous. Good Lord, what happened to the game that I love? I mean, look at the bottom of the East. That is just tragic. Here's a look at the West. Feel free to pause. And then let's dive into the stats on the year. I'm again assuming that, yeah, guys like Siakam, 22.5, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. I mean, that's great. It's 51% from the field. He shoot the 3D. Well, nobody expects Pascal Siakam to be a good 3-point shooter. Scotty Barnes, our second leading scorer. OG Anunoby, Gary Trent Jr., Poeltl, Vincent, Schroeder, Achua, Boucher, McDaniels. In terms of rebounds, it was Jakob Poeltl. And assists was Pascal Siakam. Yeah, I think that's a problem when your power forward's kind of leading you in assists. I mean, I don't really see that as a vision. We definitely need somebody who can maybe facilitate the basketball a little more. But that's why we have the offseason. And again, actually, we have the play-in tournament first. So we have Orlando here, I guess, in the first round of the play-in, if you want to call it that. And yeah, I mean, let's just sim through this real quick. We win. Now we have Indiana, the winner. This is going to be the 8th seed here in the Eastern Conference. Here's a look at the Pacers, Halliburton, Mathurin, Hield, DFS, and Miles Turner. All right, let's see what happens here. Sim through this, and we lose, which means we are not going to be a playoff team. We'll have a lottery draft pick. Again, we're not obviously going to have it unless it somehow miraculously ends up in the top 5. Jesus Christ, Steph. Oh, boy, we're running this back. I'm having Vietnam flashbacks as a Celtics fan right now. And, yeah. That one hurts. All right, let's get into the offseason. Obviously, this is a very, very important time kind of for the future of this video. There are definitely some big decisions that have to be made, starting off with probably the point guard spot. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be very, very important for us. So projected right now, I don't even know. Where is that pick projected to go? Where are the... Am I losing? Oh, it's number 11. It's projected to be number 11. If it hops into the top 5, obviously we'll get it, but I highly doubt that's going to be the case. And yeah, it actually is there at number 12. So obviously the 12th overall pick is not something you just want to give away for nothing. And quite honestly, even if it does date back to the Jakob Poeltl trade, I don't really know how much I like that. Darko Reg... I'm just terrible with names. Obviously, Nick Nurse was fired this offseason. They moved on, got a new head coach, and for me, these ratings, I'm not going to be able to do anything with this. Now, I'm not saying this as a reflection of how I actually think he's going to be a coach in real life, and I'm definitely not going to sit here and pretend I know a damn thing about him, because I do not. But here in 2K, I can't do shit with that, and I'm not going to even give it a go. I think this would be a good video to go out and get Stauffer. If not, it's probably going to... Okay, we're going to get Stauffer. Welcome to Toronto. So obviously, a significant improvement at head coach, which is obviously good. And let's head up to the draft. So no draft picks this year. Honestly, that's fine. I think there are obviously some young pieces on this team. We made a trade, added Chris Murray, obviously Grady Dick, that can both be beneficial next year, or maybe even in a trade at some point in time. So we're not drafting anybody. I'm not going to trade into the draft. That is what it is. We do have some big free agents. OG Anunoby is going to be entering free agency. Precious Achiuwa, I'll qualify, and obviously Pascal Siakam as well. So yeah, these are players that I do not want to just let leave for nothing. Siakam has 9 offers, including 2 real offers from the Clippers and from the Nets. So let's go out and just pay Siakam. Actually, what are the offers here? On Siakam, it's about 3 years, $105 million. What's that, like 34 a year? I don't know. I'm just gonna pay him. I don't really... Okay, that might be a little bit of overkill. I'll give him about $37 million a year. I'm not trading Pascal Siakam in this video, so yeah, he's gonna be coming back. And then OG Anunoby, again, I'm not sure he's gonna be my shooting guard option the entire video, but I definitely do not want to just let him go for nothing. So we get all 3 of those players back. Gary Trent Jr. is also a free agent. Son of a bitch, dude. I'd rather not renounce the rights on him. I don't know if the game's gonna let me bring him back. Well, I guess the real test isn't gonna come till after we sign the other guys, but that's weird. I thought you'd have some sort of rights on him. Yeah, it is. All right. That's obviously good. Don't want to lose him for nothing as well. He's an important bench piece for me. So now come some of the major decisions, starting out with what we want to do at this point guard spot. I mean, obviously 2 kind of serviceable kind of role players in this spot right now. I think we need to make an upgrade. As I mentioned, I'm not a huge fan of having Pascal Siakam kind of be our assist leader. So somebody who's maybe a little bit more of a pass-first point guard, or somebody who's just like a significant overall upgrade. I mean, honestly, I'd take either at this point. So let's work on a trade. Oh my god, we just pulled off a huge trade with the Pacers, and I might have some Raptors fans pissed at me. I traded Grady Dick, and that's where I think they might be a little bit pissed, but we just, I mean, it's an insane move. We sent both of our point guards and Gabe Vincent and Dennis Schroeder. We sent Chris Boucher. I'm pretty sure, did we throw in Chris Murray in that deal? No, we did not. We threw in Christian Koloko. But yeah, we picked up, obviously, a significant upgrade here, and a star at point guard in Tyrese Halliburton. So yeah, I mean, again, I might have some angry Raptors fans because I traded Grady Dick, but if I told you you were going to be able to get Tyrese Halliburton for Grady Dick, I think you'll probably do that one 10 times out of 10. I don't know. I might. People have weird obsessions with some of their players sometimes, myself included, so I get it. Other than that, at this point in time, I'm not making many major changes. Honestly, I'm going to give Chris Murray a shot backing up Pascal Siakam. Spent last year in the G League. We're hoping to see a little bit of development. Maybe if you can bump up a couple overalls, that would obviously be great. Other than that, we do need to find ourselves a new backup point guard option now, and Monte Morris might be my guy. Obviously, we did sacrifice a little bit of bench depth, which is always going to hurt you, but you want to go out and get a star, you kind of got to pay a price, and what we did is exactly that. So no really other major moves right now. Excited to see how this team kind of works heading into year 2. I'll see you guys there. This past offseason, we went out and made a major acquisition, trading for Tyrese Halliburton from the Indiana Pacers. Obviously, a 90 overall point guard, and somebody who can facilitate the ball very well is something that we definitely needed. So super excited to have him here. Obviously, we paid a pretty hefty price. That being said, we didn't actually give up more than 1 first-round draft pick, which I think is really kind of important. We gave up some depth, obviously, which could hurt us in the long run, but I'm happy to have Tyrese here, man. I really am. So he's obviously our new starting point guard. OG Anunoby, we ended up re-signing. He's our starting shooting guard. Scotty Barnes here at the 3, Siakam at the 4, Jakob Poeltl at the 5. The bench unit, I'll say maybe took a little bit of a hit on the back end. Other than that, I mean, Gary Trent Jr. is still our 6th man. Newly signed Monte Morris is going to be the backup point guard. Precious Achiuwa is developing nicely. Jalen McDaniels still here. And yeah, Chris Murray's at a 74 overall. So I don't know. We'll see. That's the team for now, though, man. I'm excited to see how kind of year 2 goes for us. I'm hoping to be a full-blown playoff team this year. I have my faith. I have my hope. I'll see you guys at the end of year 2. You gotta love it how much 2K loves Darius Garland. I really give them their props. I mean, the dude wins an MVP award. It feels like once a video. It was not a great season for us. Just straight up, it was not. I thought it was going to be a lot better. We won 42 games, and yeah, I mean, we were just kind of mid as hell. So I'm not really sure what the problem is with this team. We'll figure it out, though. So we'll get into it. Stephon Cassell, Rookie of the Year, is a member of the Utah Jazz. Jaden Hardy, 6th man. Giannis is your D-Boy. Scoot Henderson. Joel Embiid, JB Bickerstaff, Coach of the Year. So, I mean, again, 42 wins is better than last year. I think by what, like 8 games, something like that, maybe 6. It's not great, though, but we're a playing team once again, and just a better record in a playing team. So, yeah, man, I don't know. I thought this team kind of meshed well together. I really did. I mean, Siakam was fine, Halliburton, Scotty Barnes. I think I got to make an upgrade with either OG Anunoby or Jakob Poeltl. Again, I don't know which one it's going to be, and I'm not saying that, you know, I absolutely have to, but, I mean, something's got to change, so we'll see. We'll figure it out. Playing time. Who's it going to be? It's going to be us against the Magic. I think we beat the Magic last year, if my memory's correct, and what? Oh, God bless your heart, 2K. All right, we actually end up winning, which means we're going to be a 7 seed here, and we got Philadelphia in round 1. So Mike Conley, Tyrese Maxey, Tobias Harris, Paul Reed, Joel Embiid. I mean, I don't know. Okay, hang with me. We're up 2-1 right now. They tie at 2-2. We go down 3-2. Okay, game 7. Oh, my God, we won. All right, cool. We're moving on to round 2. I'll take it. Chicago. This team's beatable. We're going to make a Cinderella run right now. I'm feeling good. We're way better than the Bulls. How the hell did the Bulls beat the Bucks? All right, Eastern Conference Finals. This is probably where the end... Why is it every fucking video Nikola Vucevic ends up in Cleveland? It's like the past 4 videos in a row that I've done. I don't know how it happens. It's just, it always happens. It's weird. I think this is probably the end of the road for us. I'm hoping it's not, but again, that Cavs team is fucking ridiculous. There's just not much you can do about that. We're actually up 3-2. I lost the faith. And we're in the NBA Finals. We're taking on Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies. God damn. All right, so, yeah, I mean, a couple changes here. They have David Roddy in their starting lineup now. James Wiseman as their starting center. That's crazy. I mean, really? I'm surprised we beat... Oh, my God. Really? I'm, like, in a state of shock right now. Okay, don't blow this, please. I'd like to win here in year 2. I'll see you guys in there. 141 left to go here in Toronto. I mean, my God almighty, what a game. 105. We're on the verge of a championship here, man. We win this game, we win the series. That's got to be a 5-second violation. Good God. All right, they get it out to Ja Morant here. I'm going to try to play on-ball defense with Tyrese Halliburton. It's probably not going to go well, though. They're going to kick it inside to Steven Adams, back out to Ja Morant. We got to get a shot clock going or something here. I mean, good God. What is happening? Do not... Oh my God. What the fuck is this? Dude, this is like the longest shot clock ever. That's... Whoa! I thought we almost got a block. Did that not feel like the longest possession of all time? I kind of felt like it to me. All right. Ja Morant here on Tyrese Halliburton. Let's just go back and forth and play with your food, Tyrese. God damn, you love to see it. All right, back to a tie ball game. That was a little bit of a different possession than what Memphis had in their first one. It was a little bit of fast versus a little bit of a slower paced team here. And oh my God. Oh my God, he missed. Holy shit. No, backdoor. Okay. No, not backdoor. Give it back, I mean. All right, Halliburton. 1 minute left on the clock here. Trying to close out the Memphis Grizzlies after we were a play-in team. Over to Siakam. Siakam mid-range jump shot is good. 51 left to go here, and we have a lead. We have a lead from play-in team to NBA champions. That's what we're hoping to do here in year 2, baby. Can we get this done? Can we? Oh my God, Ja Morant is just... How the fuck did he miss that, dude? I thought he was going to put his fucking nuts on my head and dunk. Oh my God, can we blow by him here? Why? That was dumb. That's my fault. I thought I had a lane. I did not, and I completely choked right there. All right, we're going to go over to Ja Morant here. Just do not let Desmond Bane get a 3. I'll take the final possession if I have to. Morant to the rack. He misses. He misses. We're going to be shooting free throws with Scotty Barnes. That's less than ideal. But if we make both, we're pretty much good. Pretty much. Not 100%. Oh, baby. All right. These are some stressful free throws. First one with Scotty's up. God, that's obviously the biggest one because it means it's a tie game at worst, unless we foul on a 3, which I'm not putting that energy out there. All right, second free throw for Scotty is up. It is good. All right, 21 seconds left to go. Memphis is going to take their final timeout, and I want to make sure that we have the correct team in. I mean, again, I'm thinking it's probably smartest to stick with the starters. What does a defensive lineup look like, though? It's literally just the starting lineup. All right, that's fine by me. All right, here we go. 21.2 left. I'm assuming they're not going to be dumb enough to try to hold it for the final possession because that obviously wouldn't work, so they got to go quick. But sometimes 2K is a little stupid. I do not want Ja Morant getting the ball. Give it to literally anybody else. I don't care. Desmond Bane in the corner. They're going to... That good defense? Oh, my God. He missed, too. I will see you guys. Actually, no. I'm not going to say it's over. I got to hit a free throw with Pirtle. All right. Let me hit one free throw with Jakob Pirtle, and this one's over. Oh, my God. What the hell? Oh, my God. What a stroke of luck we have had in today's video. Oh, my God. Second free throw up. Wow. Those are the best free throws I've ever hit in my life. I'll see you guys with the Finals MVP. A 42-win play-in team to NBA champions. I mean... That's the first time I think in 2K24 I've won a championship with a play-in team. I've never seen anything like that. I've literally never done that before. We beat some really talented teams and we get that championship in year 2. I feel bad. I was saying that we either have to trade one of Jakob Pirtle or OG Anunoby. Maybe that's not the case. LeBron calls it a career. Staff retirements, Hall of Fame inductees, jersey retirements. All right, draft lottery. We're probably not. I don't think we traded for anything here. Let's just sim through this. And yeah, I'm surprised. I am. I mean, that could have been the Miami Heat this past season. Could have been. I mean, just absolutely crazy to think about. Let's see what we got here in terms of draft picks. So we do have our own pick. It's at number 30. I mean, is there any way I could actually just get a future first? Yeah, that's not going to be the case. All right, I'll just take a future 2 seconds. That's fine. All right, let's head up to team player options right here. Chris Murray will probably be coming back. He could be a spot I look to maybe make an upgrade. I don't know, though. Obviously, want to get Scotty Barnes back. He's an 88 overall now. I think it's very important. And then Jalen McDaniels is a free agent. I think there's an upgrade out there probably. I mean, his 76 overall is decent, I guess. But, yeah. I kind of guess just maybe bring back Jalen McDaniels or, I don't know. Who's my shooter and backup? Gary Trent's 6'5". I mean, he's not crazy undersized for a small forward. Like, if I signed, like, Chris Duarte... I don't know. I don't really like any of these options, to be quite honest. I'm just going to bring back McDaniels for now. That's fine. All right, we're going to make probably 1 or 2 trades. We're going to go ahead and bring back an old friend here in Chris Boucher. He's definitely a little bit older at this time, but he's a little bit of an overall upgrade. I thought Chris Murray would develop a little bit better. He did not. It's unfortunate. It is what it is. Only means Jalen McDaniels and Chris Murray are now going to be in a trade together. And, yeah, we'll throw in a first-round pick as well. I mean, again, these aren't exactly necessary changes. I'm sure many of you know I don't like leaving a team identical year for year. Ochai Agbaji is probably going to be my new small forward, or backup small forward anyways. He's not exactly maybe the ideal kind of mold for a small forward. It is what it is. Who gives a shit? All right, I'll see you guys at the start of the, third and final season. After a bit of a miracle championship run, we are here for the final season. There was no crazy major changes. Obviously, the starting 5 remains the same. I don't know why this game hates OG Anunoby. They just kind of plunk him at an 83 overall, and nothing really changes. Kind of sad to see. Honestly, same thing with Jakob Pirtle, but it is what it is. I could have made a change in the starting 5, probably gotten an upgrade, but I'm running it back. This team won it all last year. I think we can do it again. Tyrese Halliburton, OG Anunoby, Scotty Barnes, Pascal Siakam, Jakob Pirtle. Bench unit, Gary Trent Jr. remains our 6th man. We brought in Ochai Agbaji, going to be our new backup small forward, Monte Morris, Precious Achiuwa, and we brought back Chris Boucher. So, excited. I think this team can possibly go back-to-back. We'll see. I'll see you guys at the end of year 3. A much better regular season here in our final year, but we are hoping for a similar end result to how last season went. We won 61 games. That's obviously incredible. And we are hoping for a second straight championship. Luka Doncic, first career MVP. Cooper Flagg wins Rookie of the Year in year 3 literally every single time. Azar Thompson also wins 6th Man of the Year every single time. Giannis is your depoy. Wendell Moore Jr. most improved. Luka Doncic Clutch Player of the Year. And Stauffer wins Coach of the Year. Yeah, I mean, fundamentally, there wasn't a ton that changed about this team. I'm honestly a little bit surprised that we were like 20 games better than last season, but honestly, I would believe that like this is a more accurate representation of this roster than the regular season record we had last year. So that's just 2K, man. But yeah, obviously an incredible season. Everything's looking good in the numbers department for me. And yeah, let's take a look at the standings real quick and kind of just see where everything kind of ended up being. Did I already look at this? I don't know if I looked at this or not. But we had the best record in the league. And yeah, let's just dive into it. Who's going to be round 1? It's going to be the 8-seeded Wizards. Jordan Poole, Herb Jones, Kuzma. Thanks for coming. I mean, good Lord. All right, we sweep them. That's obviously good. Miami, obviously another really, oh my God, Derek White in a Miami Heat jersey. That makes me want to cry. I love you, Derek White. All right, let's just sift through this, get me out of my feelings here. And oh my God, Miami's kicking our asses. Yeah, that's not fun. All right. Yeah, maybe I mean, hindsight, obviously, looking back is different, but maybe there's an argument that I maybe could have made an upgrade, whether it was Jakob Poeltl or OG Anunoby, or I don't know. I could have, but I didn't, so fuck me, I guess, right? No, I mean, again, I didn't want to make a major change. We own it all in year 2, and maybe I should have realized that was a bit of a Cinderella run, maybe a bit of a miracle run, but nonetheless, we still brought a championship to Toronto, so hopefully you guys enjoyed, especially you Raptors fans. So, yeah, man, as always, let me know any other video ideas down below in the comment section. We're, going to do every team eventually. I have a list on my phone of teams I haven't done yet, and I promise you I'll get to all of them eventually. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for me. This one was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed as well. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.